Good morning. Hope everybody's having a great Friday. Um, Hope you looking for the Super Bowl weekend. For those of you that are interested in sports, those of you that aren't, looks like the weather's gonna be nice. Um, Still got obviously a lot of snow out there. You can go out and play a little bit, turn in some good packing snow. You know, have some fun. Today we're going to take a look at guided access. I know a lot of you know what a guided access is. Some of you might not know what it is. It is found on your iPad. You go to settings, go to accessibilities, and then you will find guided access. I will be discussing what that is here a little bit later and showing you how to get to it. Now, a couple things about guided access is it's really nice to have that availability to um, not so much block but more lock students' iPads into locations that you want them in, such as certain websites and apps. On the bad side is you go to each device that you want it on, and you set it up for them. You'll set up with a passcode. Like I said, we'll take a look on how to set it up. Now, a couple things. One, once you are finished with guided access for that class period, you'll want to shut it off on each device. And I'm not thinking that you're doing the entire class, but you might have some kids that are being a little cantankerous and are not following along with you. They're doing something off task. This is a way to keep on task. Second of all, we're finding that kids know how to do guide access, and they're saying their iPad's locked and they won't be able to do anything because it's locked. Well, we can fix that by simply doing a hard reset, um, and that'll take care of that issue to make sure your iPad will start working. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and learn about some guided access. All right, I want to show you how to get to this guided access. So we go to settings. You're going to go to accessibilities. And in accessibilities, you're going to scroll all the way down to guided access. Now you're going to notice that my guided access is on. Password setting. Set a password. I just make it simple. Okay. So now it's ready to go. So now, if I want to go to a website, say we're playing with Apex, I click my home screen 3 times, and it will say guided access is acceptable. Now, if you notice, they can go to click on this, and they go to new tabs. You're like, well, I thought we could stay at the same thing. Well, double click it again, put your code in there, then it will ask you, circle the areas on the screen you would like to disable. So what you're going to do is you're going to draw a circle all the way around. Notice I'm going around the arrows and around 3 dots. And look what happens. See that gray space? That's where they'll stay on. Notice that you can't play around with the tabs. Okay? So now we're going to press resume. Look, all that's in that gray area. That they can still look through through the website, but they can't go anywhere else. You can click on the link. You can do that. It'll show you that. Okay? But you'll just stay in that website. Okay? Now that is on that's on a website. So then say, hey, I want this over. Click 3 times. Put your code in, and then it says resume or end. Let's go ahead and end this one. But before you end it, make sure that you exit out of that gray area. If not, if the student leaves your class, goes somewhere else, and another teacher is using that guided access, that will show back up. So you want to make sure that you clear that. Press end on this one. Okay, so now we're off of it. Let's see what it looks like for an app. So we're going to do Creative Cloud. Just go open that app. 1, 2, 3. It'll say it is now on that app. So they are stuck at this app. They can't get off of it. They can't do anything, even if they try to shut off. It says right there, guided access is enabled. It will not let you go off of that. Okay. Now, this is an app called Creative Cloud we talked about last week. You can get your projects. You can make a new project. You can go to all the different things. You have the availability to use that app, but you don't have, the kids have to stay in that area. So now, for me, even to stop recording, you can see my record here. I can't press stop recording. It won't let me stop recording because I'm in guided access. So I click 3 times on my home button, put my code in, I end this. It says guided access is ended. Now, you want to shut it off on the iPad, all you simply have to do is go back to accessibilities, click on guided access, and then turn it off. And it's off on that device. So this is called guided access. Just a couple things we want to remember on this is make sure that when your class period or your year ends, you make sure that you shut off the guided practice, or excuse me, the guided access to those said iPads. So the teacher that's getting them next year, if they use guided access, they will have the code, because if you don't turn it off, they'll need your code, and so you might forget that code. So just make sure that you shut off the guided access. So just a little side note that a couple that have reminded me, hey, make sure you remind the teachers that this is a good practice. So, yep, that's our YouTube Friday guided access. If you have any questions on how to use this, feel free to contact me. Also, if you need help in the classroom in terms of some tech stuff, or you're taking a look at some things that you'd like to check out or need to do some research on, just let me know. Be happy to do that, help you out in any way I can. Thank you, and have a great weekend.